Nearly a week after its failed insurrection against Moscow, some parts of Russian paramilitary group Wagner remain in Russian-occupied territories in Ukraine, the U.S. Pentagon says. On Wagner Group and its disposition, what I would tell you is, right now, we continue to see some elements of the Wagner Group in Russian-occupied territory in Ukraine, Pentagon spokesperson Brigadier General Pat Ryder said Thursday. Wagner leader Yevgeny Prigozhin is now in exile in Belarus, Minsk said earlier this week. The short-lived Wagner rebellion deeply divided Moscow's military echelons, with the EU now seeing cracks in Russian unity, Estonian Prime Minister Kaja Kallas told CNBC. The international community has continued to rally around Ukraine, with the World Bank extending a new $1.5 billion loan to Kyiv, while EU leaders this week pledged unspecified future security commitments. In a further show of solidarity, Spain is set to begin its six-month turn at the helm of the EU Council's rotating presidency with a visit to Kyiv by Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez. Ukraine has been pushing for accession into the European coalition and the NATO military alliance. The U.S. State Department approved a potential foreign military sale to Romania for the modernization of 32 F-16 fighter jets. The sale, a third-party transfer from Norway, will cost an estimated $105 million, according to a State Department release. Lockheed Martin is the principal contractor named in the deal, and the Defense Titans facility in Fort Worth, Texas will coordinate the work. The proposed sale will improve Romania's capability to meet current and future threats by bolstering its operational readiness while enhancing air and defense capabilities with a modernized fleet, the State Department wrote in a statement announcing the sale. Romania has F-16s in its inventory and will have no difficulty absorbing these aircraft and equipment into its armed forces, the release added. A new report from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, a Washington-based think tank, said that Moscow, despite multiple rounds of coordinated Western sanctions, will continue to find workarounds to produce missiles for its war in Ukraine. Russia will continue having the capacity to build missiles and drones and will continue to fire them at Ukraine. This reality will not change until the war ends, wrote Ian Williams, a fellow in the International Security Program and deputy director of the Missile Defense Project at CSIS. The Biden administration renewed calls for regular consular access for detained U.S. reporter Evan Gershkovich in Russia. Gershkovich, a Moscow-based reporter for The Wall Street Journal, was arrested in March by Russian authorities on espionage charges. "We are still working at their release every single day. That has not changed," National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said on a call with reporters. Obviously, we have not been successful to date, but that doesn't mean we aren't going to keep trying. We still want regular consular access to Evan, which we have not been able to get. And of course, we're absolutely still working on Paul Whelan's case as well. That has not changed and that will not change, Kirby added, referencing the detained former U.S. Marine. Whelan was arrested by Russian authorities in 2018 on charges of acting as a spy for the United States. He was convicted in 2020 and sentenced to 16 years of hard labor in a Russian camp in the remote province of Mordovia.